Millionaire's son forces the maid to kneel, right in front of all his friends, but is blindsided. The music was loud when Adam's voice cut through the air like a blade, his camera inches from Hadley's face. The flash blinked twice, blinding her. "On your knees now, you heard me. On your knees and keep your head down," Adam said. Hadley tried to back away, but the guests closed the circle, laughing. "I'm not kneeling for anyone's entertainment," Hadley said. "Oh, you are, because here you do as you're told," Adam said, stepping forward. Across the room, Dylan, the newly hired driver, stepped in. "Leave her alone." "This isn't funny," Dylan said. Two of Adam's friends moved in front of him, spreading their arms to block the way. "Mind your place, driver," one of them said. While they argued, one of the guests shoved Hadley's shoulder down, forcing her to kneel. Her knee hit the cold floor to a burst of laughter. Dylan took the opening, raised his phone over the shoulders blocking him, and started recording. "Lift your head and repeat." "Thank you, sir," Adam said. When he caught sight of Dylan's camera pointed straight at him, Adam's smile vanished. "Stop recording. Now," Adam said, lunging toward him. The blockade turned into shoving, arms and elbows everywhere. Dylan tried to keep the phone steady, but one guest grabbed his shoulder while another tried to yank the phone from his hand. "Let go of that," Dylan said. In the chaos, someone rammed hard into him and the phone vanished from his fingers. He spun around looking for it, but only saw a shadow sprinting for the door. "They stole my phone! Stop that guy!" Dylan shouted. No one moved. Hadley tried to stand, but another guest held her down. Adam, expression restored, stared at Dylan with contempt. "Now you've got nothing to show," Adam said. Laughter flooded the hall again, as if nothing had happened. Without his phone, Dylan stood frozen, unsure which way to run. Hadley slipped out when a gap opened, but every step to the exit dragged the humiliation behind her. Outside, the cool air brought no relief, only the heavy silence that follows screaming and shame. She walked alone to the gate, the party light still burning against her back, and left without saying goodbye to anyone. She didn't sleep that night. She replayed every instant, every laugh, every conspiratorial glance from the people who surrounded her. The next morning, Hadley arrived with her heart in pieces and found Charles, Adam's father and the owner of the house, sitting in the living room with his fingers laced and a glacier for a gaze. "You're fired for making a scene over the driver's lost phone," Charles said. "I was humiliated in front of everyone," Hadley said. "Yesterday you tried to turn the house against our guests," Charles said. Savannah, Hadley's co-worker, appeared in the doorway, pale, but a security guard stepped ahead with a clear plastic bag. "We're going to search your belongings," he said. "This is abusive," Hadley said. "Standard procedure," Charles said. Hadley set down what she was carrying on the table. "I want my badge," she said. "The badge stays here. Now leave," Charles said. Outside, the world seemed muted, and yet Hadley's head rang with the words she didn't say the night before. "Thank you for humiliation." "I'm going to the precinct to file a report. This isn't going to stand," Hadley said. At the station, the slow-moving line drained what strength she had left, but she rapped on the counter to be heard. "I need to report that I was humiliated and that a co-worker's phone was stolen at a party," she said. "That's an internal matter." "Work it out with the security vendor," the clerk replied without looking up. "It's not internal when I'm forced to kneel and someone steals a phone," she shot back. "Without a report from the phone's owner, I can't do anything." Hadley left, remembering Adam's smile as he watched her humiliation, then went home exhausted, certain nothing would move quickly. She had barely set down her bag when there were quick knocks at the door. Savannah burst in, breathless, eyes bright with fear and outrage. "Don't give up. I have a lawyer's contact. He can help," Savannah said. "I don't have money. I've got courage and shame. That's it," Hadley said. "He's legit. He can bill later. If you're in, I'll set it up now," Savannah said. A few hours later, in a small, quiet office, the lawyer, his name was Victor, listened to every detail with care, never interrupting the painful pauses. "I'll take your case. We'll gather receipts, your work schedule, and file a formal petition," Victor said. Savannah opened her bag and pulled out crumpled envelopes, timesheets, and small pen-marked slips. "I saved everything. I knew they'd try to twist the truth," Savannah said. "This is gold, dates and times. We can file as soon as tomorrow," Victor said. Victor also tracked down Dylan's contact and set up a call, but on the other end there was only silence at first, then a short message hours later. "He says he's scared and needs to think. We should keep trying, but carefully," Victor said. "Without his statement, it all lands on me again," Hadley said. Before the first hearing, a curt message shattered the little peace they had. "The video Dylan recorded is gone from his account. Someone changed the password on the stolen phone and deleted the file," Victor said. "So they're inside his phone too. My God, there's no line they won't cross," Hadley said. "That changes the urgency. We need to lock down everything we still have," Victor said. In the days that followed, Savannah showed up pale, saying Dylan had been followed by unfamiliar faces and that anonymous messages were dripping threats. "He's spooked. Says strange cars are parking at the end of his street," Savannah said. "He needs protection, not silence," Hadley said. "He quit without notice and went to his sister's. He asked me to safeguard the copy of the video he sent me a few hours after the party," Savannah said. "You have the copy? That could save everything," Hadley said. "I've got a clean excerpt, no cuts, with the timestamp and file ID. He sent it as a safety measure," Savannah said. "Then we've finally got one solid thread to hold," Victor said. It was like a gasp of hope cutting through smoke. For a moment it felt like the worst was retreating down the hall. "We'll file this copy today and ask for a forensic review of the data," Victor said. "I'm going with you." "I need to see it land where it needs to land," Hadley said. But the counterattack came like hail. A doctored clip began to circulate showing only Hadley on her knees with a dubbed audio track where she apologized for stealing. "That's a lie. I never said that. They cut out his order and the laughter," Hadley said. "They're pushing it in group chats, calling it proof," Savannah said. Matthew, Adam's lawyer, filed a defamation suit using that clip and moved to block your reinstatement, Victor said. "He's going to crush me with a lie they created," Hadley said. "I'll attach Dylan's copy that he sent Savannah and request an urgent forensic review. If it's validated, we blow the farce apart," Victor said. Savannah opened the app and showed the screen with the time, the file number, and the raw, unedited thumbnail. "Here, no cuts." He wrote, "If this goes south, keep it." "I didn't delete anything," Savannah said. "That's our anchor. I'll add it and list you, Jason, and Melissa as eyewitnesses," Victor said. Jason, the gate guard responsible for tracking who came and went that night, nodded with resolve. "I know what I saw and what I heard." "I'll say it anywhere," Jason said. Melissa, the house cook who spent the whole party working the hall, folded her arms. "Me too. I was at the counter and I heard the command and the laughter," Melissa said. Then Charles called, inviting Victor to a friendly chat in a voice slick as if offering a rare gift. "Come talk, like adults. No need to turn this into a war," Charles said. "I'll speak with any party. What matters is the case," Victor said. "I've got a contract for you to sign with the company, generous benefits and a warning. We'll sue you for bad faith if you keep pushing this narrative," Charles said. "You're offering a red carpet and a club at the same time," Victor said. "I'm offering reality. Pick the side that pays the bills," Charles said. Hours later, Victor's silence wasn't the same. He arrived with a locked face and hands as cold as stone. "I'm withdrawing from the case for personal reasons," Victor said. "What do you mean? You promised to fight. You can't abandon me now," Hadley said. "I've already filed my resignation. Find another attorney as soon as possible." Victor said. Savannah stared at the floor the way you stare at ground that's opening up, anger chewing the edges of her voice. You switched sides, didn't you? You handed our filings to Matthew, Savannah said. I'm not responding to insinuations, Victor said. The news outran them. Matthew appeared in the case with copies of Hadley's petitions and arguments that could only have leaked from the inside. You thought you had an ace, but it goes nowhere without the file's original source, Matthew said. You're propping up a lie. You know that audio is fake, Hadley said. I stand on documents. Feelings don't win hearings, Matthew said. The next day, Charles called with a gentle tone, saying they'd found Hadley's personal items stored since her termination. We need to return a few things, but only with you present to sign a receipt, Charles said. If they're mine, I'll pick them up. I want what's mine closed out, Hadley said. See you at the admin office, quick and discreet, Charles said. Savannah walked her to the door, gripping her arm hard and her voice even harder. If anything feels off, you walk. I'll be waiting right outside, Savannah said. I just want to get what I left and be done, Hadley said. Inside, a too-neat table and a too-polished smile awaited her. An employee introduced himself and pointed to a bag on the desktop. Here are your belongings. Please check and sign, he said. I'm going to open it and go through everything, Hadley said. Take your time. It's just a formality, the man said. Hadley opened the bag, saw a bulging envelope she didn't recognize, and her eyes flew open like she'd found something wild in her own backyard. What's this envelope? This isn't mine, Hadley said. You came to us demanding compensation, remember? It's all settled, the employee said. I never asked for money. You're making that up, Hadley said. Better to sign the receipt. It's best for everyone, the man said. The door opened and two officers walked in, accompanied by Matthew and another employee, as if the whole scene had been rehearsed. We received a report of extortion and are here to investigate, an officer said. This is a setup. They planted money in my bag to frame me, Hadley said. We have a recording of the compensation request. We'll listen to it at the station, Matthew said. That recording's edited, just like the party video of my humiliation, Hadley said. We're taking you in to clarify the facts, the officer said. Savannah rushed into the room on impulse, hands flailing for somewhere to land, forcing her fear into a steady tone. I'm a witness. She didn't ask for anything. This is fraud, Savannah said. You can give a statement later. For now, we have procedures, the officer said. The handcuffs felt like a final insult, cold, public, a trophy for anyone who wanted to look. I'm not a criminal. I'm a victim, Hadley said. Victims don't carry envelopes of cash in their bags, Matthew said. On the way, the siren stayed silent, but inside Hadley's head the noise was deafening, a mess of lines, cuts, laughter, and broken promises. I'll prove you staged every inch of this, even if I have to keep knocking until my fingers give out, Hadley said. You'll need more than bravery, Matthew said. At the station, the waiting room smelled like damp paper and cold coffee. A cop wrote down names without looking up, and the clock dragged the minutes in chains. I need to report that someone planted cash in my bag, and there's a doctored recording, Hadley said. That will be addressed in the course of the case. For now, you'll remain in custody, the clerk said. I don't have counsel. My lawyer abandoned me, Hadley said. You have a right to one, but today it'll be hard to find someone immediately, the clerk said. Savannah appeared in the hallway and tried to catch Hadley's gaze through the bars in the door, swallowing her urge to cry. I'm not leaving you. I'll stay here until they release you, Savannah said. Don't cry. I need your head clear to guard what we've still got, Hadley said. Night fell heavy in the cell, and the thin mattress recited the stories of every tired body that had been there before. Hadley wrapped her arms around herself like she was hugging a promise. I won't break, I promise myself, Hadley said. Quiet in there. Tomorrow's another day, the jailer said. Dawn slid in through the window with its pale light and the announcement that Hadley would be released pending trial. The stamped paper didn't erase the pain, but it opened the door. "You're being released. You'll answer the case out of custody," an officer said. "I'm walking out of here and starting over, piecing it all back together," Hadley said. Savannah ran to her, hugging her hard and whispering as if she could stitch torn skin with thread made of voice and urgency. "I saved everything. The clip Dylan sent me, the times, the names. Nothing's gone," Savannah said. "Then we breathe and get back in the fight. They haven't won yet," Hadley said. "I'm with you to the end. We're not letting go of your hand," Savannah said. "No lawyer, but the truth. I'll face whatever comes," Hadley said. "The hearing on the motion is today. We go in and talk about the video I delivered," Savannah said. The room was cold, and the clock seemed to smirk when the officer called Hadley's name. Matthew straightened his suit like he was straightening his victory. Without the driver's original handset, without counsel of record, and with a file whose provenance is unproven, there's no way to analyze the video submitted by Savannah, the judge said. "I'm here. I lived that humiliation, and the copy was sent by the person who recorded it," Hadley said. "What you've brought is a stray file. Without chain of custody, there's no guarantee of integrity," the judge said. "Exactly, Your Honor. This is material manufactured to defame my client," Matthew said. "That video is real. It was recorded in front of everyone. Don't erase my pain with a stamp," Hadley said. "Respect the rules of procedure. The motion is denied for insufficient proof," the judge said. "So the court bows its head and lets a lie win?" Savannah said. "The court doesn't work with emotions, it works with valid documents. Next matter," the judge said. "I'll appeal. I won't accept being silenced by requirements that only apply when it suits them," Hadley said. "Appeal all you want." "Meanwhile, the defamation suit against you moves forward," Matthew said. "You know that clip is fake, and you're still choosing to crush me with it," Hadley said. "I choose what's admissible. The rest is theater," Matthew said. Outside, Hadley leaned against the wall and felt her whole body protest with exhaustion, but Savannah's eyes stayed lit. "We still have you, my file, and the people who saw it. We can make noise with that," Savannah said. "They'll keep pushing until I fall, but I won't," Hadley said. While they caught their breath, Charles gathered employees in a closed room and handed out papers with pre-written paragraphs, the way you hand out gags. "Sign that it was just a joke, that nobody humiliated anyone, and that the theft story was invented to hurt my son," Charles said. "I just handle security. I didn't see everything, but I can confirm there wasn't any serious incident," one employee said. "You saw enough to know it wasn't a joke. Don't lie to save people who despise you," another employee said. "I'm not asking, I'm instructing. Anyone who doesn't sign today doesn't come back tomorrow," Charles said. "I'll sign. I don't want trouble. This has nothing to do with me," a waiter said. "You sign too. It's for everyone's peace," Charles said. "I'm not signing. I heard the order. I heard the laughter. And it wasn't a joke," Melissa said. "I'm not signing either." "I saw the door shut and the exit blocked, and it wasn't theater," Jason said. "Then you too are dismissed for today. Think about your bills before you play heroes," Charles said. When Hadley heard about the statements they were collecting, her throat burned, but her voice came out clear. "They're buying versions to turn me into a punchline," Hadley said. "They know the video sinks them. That's why they wiped it from Dylan's account and spread a fake cut," Savannah said. "It's not the end." "Sometimes the truth takes longer, but it lands heavier," Hadley said. Time scraped by until, weeks later, Savannah's phone buzzed like a life alarm. "It's him. It's Dylan. He wants to talk. He showed up," Savannah said. "I'll hear whatever he has to say. I never blamed him for disappearing," Hadley said. "I ran because they were following me. I got threats," Dylan said. "Are you safe now?" Savannah said. "I'm at my sister's, but I can't hide anymore." I confirm the video you submitted is the one I recorded, Dylan said. Will you testify and explain how you recorded it, how it was stolen, and how it got deleted? Hadley said. I will. I'll describe the shoving, who blocked the exit, the hand that grabbed my phone, and the email I got about the password change, Dylan said. Then we take this to someone who can actually act, Savannah said. I'll go to the DA's office with you and sign whatever's needed, Dylan said. In the DA's office, the air smelled like paper and decisions when the prosecutor Addison came in, pulled up a chair, and listened without interrupting. I need to understand the file's origin, the loss of the device, and signs of unauthorized access to the account, Addison said. I filmed head-on. The file synced to the cloud, and hours later someone changed the password from the stolen phone and deleted the video, Dylan said. Here's the copy he sent me that night, time-stamped with the file ID. I've kept it since, Savannah said. With that set, original send, app data, and the theft report, I can request search warrants, Addison said. Please do. They planted cash in my bag and fabricated an audio clip to get me arrested, Hadley said. If there are digital breadcrumbs and messages coordinating stories, we'll find them, Addison said. Hours later, Matthew's doorbell hit like a gavel. The door opened, and a team came in with gloves and kits. Search warrant, hand over your computers and phones, an agent said. This is absurd. All we do here is honest work, Matthew said. Honest work doesn't pay an editor to cut video and swap audio, Addison said. At Charles's house, the scene repeated. He watched the kits roll down the hall and kept a forced smile. You won't find anything. This is made up, Charles said. We're taking everything. If it's clean, it comes back, a tech said. Don't mess with my personal files, Charles said. When they're used to commit fraud, they stop being personal, Addison said. Later, in the lab, a forensic analyst flipped through screens and showed Addison. Here, internet activity from the house at the exact minute Dylan's phone was breached. Also, deleted messages coordinating the cut of the video and payments to buy statements and plant the envelope, the analyst said. With this, the whole sham is on paper, Addison said. In the middle of it, Hadley was called in to view footage from the meeting where they claimed she'd asked for money. Look, see here. They boxed you in, wouldn't let you leave, and only called the police after the envelope was dropped in your bag, Addison said. I said I was coerced. I wasn't making it up, Hadley said. We also recovered messages coordinating every step of that setup, Addison said. I was there when they humiliated her at the party, and later Charles tried to make me sign a paper saying it was just a joke, Jason said. Me too. I worked the party. I heard the order for her to kneel, and later they pushed me to sign the same lie, Melissa said. And with that, we also know the full video is authentic and the chopped clip was fake, Addison said. So the clip isn't evidence anymore, Hadley said. No, now it's the original that will speak for you, Addison said. Matthew tried to raise his voice when he read the reports, but the paper seemed heavier than his words. These conclusions aren't reliable, Matthew said. They are. The proof is clear, and denying it won't help, Addison said. So what? Are you going to charge everyone based on this theater? Charles said. It's not theater, it's the truth recorded in messages, payments, and the original video, Addison said. Days later, the courtroom filled with air as the judge reopened the case with the new evidence stacked discreetly at hand. Based on the evidence presented, I sentence Adam to 8 years and 6 months for threats, assault, and evidence tampering. Charles to 6 years for obstructing justice, intimidating witnesses, and staging a false flag. Matthew to 4 years and 2 months for filing false statements and manipulating the proceedings, and he is also suspended from practicing law, and Victor to 3 years under supervised release for betraying his client and accepting undue advantage. Adam exploded. It was just a joke, everyone saw. A joke that forces, humiliates, and harms isn't a joke. It's a crime, the judge said. Charles protested. I only protected my family and my property. Protection doesn't mean buying lies or staging fake busts. Hadley is cleared of all charges and has the right to compensation for everything she suffered, the judge concluded. My heart is back where it belongs, Hadley said. You won without stepping on anyone, Savannah said. Months later, in a simple room, people packed in for the opening of a support network. Dylan fixed a plaque to the wall, and Hadley read the words engraved in metal. Respect isn't a favor, she said. And it never will be again, Savannah finished. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, give it a like, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. See you in the next story.